I lashed out at my best friend of 3 years. Adrian, 19 male, and I, 18 female, grew close 3 years ago. And this wasn't some superficial bond. He was one of my closest friends, someone I trusted deeply. We talked constantly, supported each other, and at one point, I truly believed he'd be in my life forever. That's why what happened next cut so much deeper than if it had been just any casual friendship. About a year in, he started dating a girl named Nina. I was genuinely happy for him, encouraging, supportive, just wanting him to be happy. Then, 5 or 6 months later, he told me they'd broken up. He didn't give details, just said it wasn't working. I didn't pry. I'd never spoken to Nina, had no issue with her, but Adrian made it clear he didn't want me contacting her or following her online, so I respected that. Months later, he mentioned dating someone new, Layla. He added me to a group chat with her and others, and it quickly became a tight-knit circle. Layla was always sweet in the group, though we never talked one-on-one. Things seemed fine until I noticed Adrian and Layla removed their matching Instagram profile pictures. I texted him, asking if they'd broken up and if he was okay. He didn't reply for a week, then suddenly messaged saying he was checking into a psych ward after a suicide attempt. And that's when everything unraveled. Here's the thing about Adrian. Being his friend was draining, but not always. At first, it felt balanced. He was open about his mental health struggles, and I admired that. I listened, gave advice, stayed up late calming him down. But over time, it shifted. Every conversation became about him. If I shared something, he'd twist it into a competition over who had it worse. Eventually, I stopped opening up. It felt like my feelings only mattered if they fit his narrative. Even then, I stayed. I comforted him, cared, because I knew he was hurting. But it escalated. His venting spirals grew worse, refusing help, guilting others for not doing enough, always playing the victim. Worse, I caught him in lies, things others confirmed never happened, but I stayed because he mattered to me. After his psych ward mention, I reached out to Layla, wondering if she knew more. That's when the truth surfaced. She told me Adrian had cheated on her 3 times. I was stunned. He'd always painted himself as the wounded one, never the one causing harm. As we talked, Nina came up, except Layla had no idea who that was. Then it clicked. Nina and Layla were the same person. During their first relationship, he'd called her by part of her last name, making me think it was someone else. Why lie about that? Layla explained their first breakup was also due to his cheating. She described how toxic he was. Yelling, manipulation, perpetual victimhood. It mirrored my friendship with him, just worse. The next day, Adrian texted saying he was out of the psych ward, suspiciously fast. I played along, not mentioning the cheating. Layla asked me not to. Predictably, he spiraled. "I'm horrible. People want me dead. I should kill myself." I pretended ignorance, just to keep peace. When I asked about Layla, he only said she didn't want to be with him. No details. I stepped back to process. One of my closest friends had lied, cheated, manipulated, and been toxic for years. Meanwhile, deprived of my attention, he turned to the group chat, accusing Layla of cheating, a lie he later admitted. When she exposed him, the group called him out. His response? "No one wants me here. I'll kill myself." Classic deflection. They eventually kicked him out. Then we discovered he'd been lurking with fake accounts, even catfishing members. It was creepy, invasive, and next-level manipulative. But the worst came last night. At 3 a.m., I checked on him. Why did I still care? He claimed he'd blocked Layla because she liked someone else. Rich, coming from the cheater. He trashed the group, calling them fake. Confused, I checked the chat and saw them exposing his lies. Then the bomb dropped. Adrian was a predator. I'd never asked Layla's age. He's 19, she's 15. He knew. The realization made me sick. In the chat, everyone connected the dots. He'd been lying to another friend, Corey, bad-mouthing all of us, including me, to play the victim elsewhere. That was it. I snapped. I messaged him, calling out every lie, every manipulation, every time he'd hurt people while pretending to be the hurt one. I threw it all in his face, the cheating, the fake accounts, the fact he'd preyed on a child. He blocked me. Now I'm left with this guilt, like I abandoned someone in crisis. I know he's mentally ill, knows he felt alone, but he also did unforgivable things. Lied, manipulated, dated a minor. It hurts. Walking away from a friendship I invested so much in hurts. But there's a point where love can't excuse harm. This was that point.